So this video is once again mostly to the teachers. You guys don't understand the position I'm in. I cannot teach like the rest of you are because of how far away people really are from God and from this being. It should be obvious by now that people are not just voluntarily reaching here. Especially the teachers who are talking about God. You guys aren't here. And you can fool your followers, but you can't fool me. I know you're not here. And there's no other gods. You think there's other gods, but those are just like your ego. It's a constructed mind. It is very obvious from the state that there is no other gods. That's what awakening is. Your conscience becomes bigger and bigger, right? You should know that by now. That's what awakening means. So, the further you awaken, there's no other gods as a result of that. You're dwarfed by this mind. Your ego is dwarfed by this mind. So, you blocking me out doesn't change that fact. All you're doing is you're keeping people, including yourself, from knowing God. That's what you're really doing by kicking me out and blocking out what I'm trying to tell you. So, this video, again, I'm just going to keep repeating some of the things I've already said, is you guys haven't found God. And it's not so easy. I wish it was easy. See, like, if I can just leave you with Course in Miracles and you just read it and then reach where I am, like, then we're good, right? But that's not what's happening. Clearly. Lots of people have read Course in Miracles, but they don't all get here. Most of them don't get here. If any, I have not known anybody that's really gotten here. This mind knows who has reached here and who has not. So, it's not about bragging. This is just, what it turns out, is the path is narrow. And that you require some kind of guidance or intermediary, like myself and maybe other teachers, but you need an intermediary, as it turns out. So, I cannot teach like most teachers, where because they still have lots of ego, their ego can attract more people. That's really what's happening. Your ego is able to attract way more people than I can, because people are very cut off from me, and they don't resonate with what I'm saying. As well, I have no interest in like mass marketing myself that way. Like I said, there's an oppositional nature between the ego mind, the Christ mind, or God mind. That's actually the case. Like your ego is opposing God. That's really what's happening when you kick me out. And you don't realize that you're actually opposed to God. But I know. This mind knows. Um, you want to believe like you figured it out. But I know you haven't. So, I already told you, I have nothing else to do, like, except to get you guys here. That's what I really mean. Because this mind, there's nothing else really that's as meaningful as getting people to the state. Because this is the will of God, is for you to fully return and fully awaken to it. To know it again. Because you don't know it right now, like you think you do. You might know some aspects of it, but that's it. You don't fully know it unless you reach where I am. This is not about like showing off or bragging. It's like metaphysically, that's what it is. So the half measures, like, people are just kind of reaching here. Like, that's still not it. You're still not understanding this mind. So, I know I'm just gonna sound annoying, because, you guys kind of put me in this position where, you don't actually accept the true God, the true messenger of God, and by extension, the true God, because, I carry the true God with me, the true Father. So, you're actually in denial of God, even though you're teaching about God. Like, that's really what's happening. So, my job is to point that out to you again and again, because I don't have other means. This is all I have left. And the things of this world doesn't interest me because of what I've awakened to. Again, because of how different it is. Like, it's not of this world. The true God is not of this world. And you guys keep trying to combine, like, God with things of this world. That's not how this works. So, what do you think I'm doing? Like, I'm just sitting here waiting for you really waiting for you to be ready to accept the true God. That's all I'm doing. Whether I have a body or not, I'm just waiting for you guys to be ready. That's all I'm doing. That's all that Christ has ever been doing since his crucifixion. And you don't understand just how unwilling you are to know the true God again. You're extremely unwilling, actually. Even if you keep talking about God like every single day, you're still very unwilling. Like, that's how ironic this work is for a lot of people. And that you're trapping your followers as well along with you. By blocking me out. Because, again, it's a narrow path. You're not going to get another Jesus Christ anytime soon. And then, even if that does happen, you're going to kick that person out again, right? That's what's going to happen. But I don't even think that's going to happen anytime soon. So, my job is to just keep explaining this to you guys. Like, things of this world doesn't interest me. Like, I'm just going through the motions. Like, I'm in school, but I'm just going through the motions. I don't really have an interest in that. I just have to do it because it's part of sort of, you could say, my way of still participating in this world. And you could say shining my light through that. But my interest is not there. My interest is for you to awaken to the state. And that's also the will of God. So, you don't understand that right now because you're not here. It's a chicken and egg situation. Precisely because you're not here. That's why you don't understand the will of God. And you're still teaching about the ego. You still think your ego is God. Like some of you guys. So, I can't just reach many people through YouTube. Like, as you can tell, I don't have many followers. It has to be from the teachers. And ideally from the teachers themselves to awaken further. Because it's a lot harder to try to work around them or working against them. But so far, there's no existing teachers, that is willing to go further to this state. Like, far enough to reach basically here. At least enough to recognize the state. But so far, none of you guys are close enough. Like I said, the only person that seems close enough is Zelensky, but he's not a spiritual teacher. Like, he's fighting a war with Russia. Like, I can't reach him, right? So that's the position I'm in. So I'm literally just like waiting for you guys. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to wait. Like, that's what's happening. So I'm just updating you on that. As well, this mind does suffer to some extent because of your unwillingness to return to it. That's not me trying to make it personal. It's just this mind does have feelings. So your not returning does have a negative impact on this mind. That's all I'm trying to say. I can't force you still, but I'm just letting you know that's how this mind is. Because it's very isolated right now in this world. It's totally blocked off from the world. And I cannot truly communicate with people who are not close to me. There's always something I cannot express, right? Because that's what awakening is. You're becoming more conscious. So, because so long as you're not close to me, there's going to be some things I can't say to you, I can't express to you. That's how it is. And, whether it's publicly or privately, like, it doesn't matter. There's still things I can't express. So, I don't know if you understand what that would be like. It's really like being stuck in a isolation chamber, kind of. Because I can't just go out on the street and start talking about awakening or kingdom of heaven. Like, there's too much of a gap. It has to be from existing, spiritual groups or people doing this work. But you guys are not just automatically going to get here. You need someone to guide you or to give you pointers. But I can't do what most teachers do. Like, I'm not someone that appeals to the masses. So this is a problem, and so I'm just stuck. Like, I can't really teach. because you're blocking me off from your followers who are really the people I can potentially help guide towards more light and towards the true God, right? But you guys, the teachers, you're holding on to your followers. Like, you're not willing to open this up to someone like me or collaborate with someone like me. So that's the situation we're in. And as a result, I'm just stuck here alone. Literally. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? And like I said, I have nothing else to do. So I'm just chilling until something changes. Because, yeah, you guys are not just getting here on your own, it seems. Your mind still has, because the ego mind is very tricky, you tend to trust your own authority a lot more than someone like me, let's say. Like, a lot of you guys, like teachers especially, you want to believe like you figure it out. That's what most teachers, not just spiritual teachers, look at any teacher in this world, they're all like this, most of them. They want to believe that they have the authority on truth. Whatever that truth is, doesn't have to be about God. But this is a trap, especially if you've been teaching a long time. You have that, what I would say, teacher ego. It's now very hard for you to be a follower, you see. Whereas I would say for me, I've been a follower the vast majority of my life. Like, I only truly started to claim to be a teacher only when Christ returned to me. Before that, I was very much just a follower and student, and I was a very good follower. That's how I reached here. But you guys are not very good followers. Like, you're good like teachers basically, and then that makes it so that you now are terrible at following someone else who tells you there's more to awaken to. You're really terrible at it. And as well, you're trapped in your teaching position. You have people following you, looking up to you. You have a career. You have financial ties with it, perhaps, or just your name tied with it. Your career, basically, you're tied to it. And now, if I'm telling you to awaken further, that's gonna shuffle that. It's gonna change that, and you don't want that. This is all part of what's keeping you guys stuck. All this teaching structure, that's all part of it. So, that's why I have to try to at least poke at you guys a little bit and try to shift things around. Because, like I said, I'm just waiting for you guys to be ready for more. Really, because you're still holding on to your old paradigms that you think your ego is God. But it's not God. Like, it doesn't look anything like God from the state.